Hi, in this video, we're going to learn some quick tricks on how to Google to find important, credible information. The first is to know what you're looking for. So before going on Google, go to your inquiry question and see what do you want to find. I want to look for three things, 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to do the first one. How did phones impact factory workers? So let me go on Google. Phones, factory workers are two things I would type. And afterwards, I could also type maybe impact or effect, but I'm not going to. This is enough too. Phones and factory workers. When I Google this, I'm going to see there's a bunch of stuff, but they're not reliable. There's .com, there's advertisement, there's things I don't know. So I have to be really careful about my websites. So if I put here, look at this well, site column org, now I will only get reliable websites. So here's, if you forget it, you can just scroll down and I put the five options here for you. You can look at site.edu, site.org, site.gov, or type file type PDF, or a news source like CNN, BBC, or New York Times. These will give you reliable sources. So let me look at site.org, which is nonprofit. And when I do that, I find a few articles. I usually look at the website titles and see if they're good. Wikipedia is not a reliable source, so don't look at that even though it's org, but everything else should be fine. I like this one. It's about Apple factories, it seems like. So let me click on it. So once I'm here, I know I have a reliable source because I picked one of these. The next thing is to look if this is a good evidence for me. So I look at Control F and see, am I looking for the words and are the words in this document? So I'm going to go to my article and I'm going to do Control F and I'm going to look for the words in my key bank. So let me see what my words are over here. I have factory worker, employee, working conditions, or telephones, phones. Let me see if I have any information. Factory. Great, yeah, there's lots about factory. What about workers? Yep, there are some workers here. So this looks like a good source. If nothing came up, like if I did women, and if I'm trying to find out about women and nothing comes up, this is not a good place to look. Don't even read it, just go somewhere else. So now that I know this is a good place for me, next thing to do is to look on Scribble. Scribble is this toolbar that you should have in your bookmarks. So you click on Scribble, and if you don't have it, go to Scribble to download it. And this thing should come up for you, where it helps you highlight and annotate. So again, what am I trying to find in this article? I'm trying to find impact on factory workers. So I can do factory, and that will be probably a good start. Let me start reading from the title and see what. So I'm going to have to find what is a good evidence that answers the question that's right here. How have phones impacted factory workers? Let's look. So if I read this a little bit, I've already highlighted it. So here's my highlighted version. I already did this earlier. I highlighted all the things that show me where factory workers were harmed. Here I see that there's children working there. Here I see that they are using all these chemicals that are harming the workers. Here I see a detail. Whenever you find numbers, that's a good thing. Highlight it because if you want a level 5 on the rubric, you have to have detailed evidence. Detailed evidence. So I see that there's this many people who have been in hospitals and paralyzed. I also see that there's some suicide. These are all really good details. So I'm going to copy paste some of them into my box, my first box right here. So I'm going to copy paste a few quotes. So I copy pasted and also summarized a few really good quotes. And the next question asks me, how does this quote answer your question, your inquiry question? And if you forgot your inquiry question, click here. It'll take you up here. Well, it helps me answer the first question, which is how telephones impact factory workers. Let me answer that down here. This shows how phone factories are severely threatening the workers' health and allowing children, teenagers, to work, to labor. And the next stuff are self-explanatory, but here's an example. I put the URL, the title, and now I will highlight why it's credible. So what are some of the things that makes this website credible? Well, I know that it's a .org, so I can highlight that. It doesn't have any advertisements, so I could highlight that. And I'm not going to do the rest, but you guys can take a look at my example. The more you have these, the better. You don't have to have every single one, but the more you have, the better, the more credible this website could be. And now you're done. So go back to this part and begin Googling with a purpose. Remember to pick one of these things. So put your keywords here, and then cite.org, cite.edu will give you the best answers. Go. Have a wonderful research time.